Yo everyone, Vic here, and welcome back to another video. I'm going to be analysing this run that could have easily been PB, but unfortunately I messed it up and it ended up being 2 seconds too slow for PB. So here it was a village seed, and I was actually quite surprised that this run was a village seed because village seeds for me are usually the slower type, but you'll see why it's first in a second. Here I craft pretty standard stuff, iron pickaxe and shears. I was thinking about making gold axe, but I also needed to get stone anyway for a shovel. So I decided just to get stone for everything as well. Here I get leaves. Leaves are really good. I always force shears whenever I can. It's just a lot better for my mental when I'm playing, because when I use wood I end up just overthinking about whether or not I should be using that much wood. But if I'm using shears, then there's not much to think about. So here I'm not sure if I see anything over here. I actually don't really remember this run too well, but I think I was just looking for food primarily because I just don't have food. I opened this chest. Now one of my friends, because I did watch this run with one of my friends, told me not to check the chest, because I kind of went and then I kind of just like walked backwards just for the chest. My thought process was I needed a bed anyway, because I really like having a pre-bed for like blaze bedding. Also, I've had chests that have like 10 bread inside the chest, so if I did have 10 bread inside, I wouldn't have needed hay bales and wouldn't have needed to open the crafting table and craft all of that. Here's pretty standard. This is still a pretty slow run, I would say. In terms of overworld wise, this is just quite average nether. If you look at achievements, I see that he's also building the portal. He got hot stuff, and I am entering now. We pretty much enter at the same time. I see the bastion immediately. One thing that I did notice is I forgot to reset my Ninja Brain bot. So I pressed F3C thinking that it would copy my coordinates, and the reason I do that is because if I needed to home portal, then I would know where the portal was, like the coordinates of which the portal was. But because I had like data on my Ninja Brain, pressing F3C did nothing. So that is pretty bad. You're also gonna just have to look at that overlay for a little while. So yeah. Here I do my standard crafting. I did switch to Kosh. But it's been a while now. I just don't make enough speedrunning videos, so if you guys only watch my YouTube, then you probably don't know. Here I'm doing crack smoker, I think that's what it's called. I always just called it right side DK, but or like left side. I don't know. Like, is this right side or left side? I actually don't know. I've always just called it a DK variation, but I think it's called crack smoker, like officially. I really don't think I should have mined that gold because there were piglins chasing me, but it's all good. I let these piglins in. I don't know why these piglins are over there, but it's fine. I know that they're there, but because because it's always like a chance of them being there, so I always just check. One thing that I really should start doing is using my gold pickaxe in these bastions. They do save a bit of time. I always just craft them and I forget that I have them. Here I am pyraying. and I know that it is that way, minus x. So now I'm just checking the other side. I think I just don't have OB. Yeah, I don't have OB. So checking that was actually really good. I make my iron X here, and then I should pull hang here. Yeah, there you go. Now I just have to check my trades, and I am ready to leave. So I think the thing that made this correct was the close fortress, and also just the bastion was right there. Close bastion, close fortress, close everything. So I draw my string there, which made me freak out a little bit. I see the fortress, and I go up. I think that's a spawner. Yeah, it is a spawner because I heard the blazers spawning. And here is where things start to get crazy. I have like 5 blazers. I think I got strays. I think some of these were strays or something. But there's so many blazers. I think 6 blazers even. I don't know. But there are so many blazers. And yeah, I think it was actually 6 blazers. And I have 4 rods already. One thing that I've been worrying a lot about is what's in my hotbar. I always want something important in my hotbar. Messed up the blaze bed a little bit here. It's meant to be that block. It's just a bit confusing with the terrain and stuff. The reason I blazed bed was because if the rates were bad, let's say I had to kill like 10 blazes um for the next rod, right? Then having a blaze bed will ensure the consistency and make sure that I am able to um have enough, or have a quick amount of spawns. I have so many beds, so many anchors. Um, so here I know that I can hit the 0 because I have what, like 13 explosives or something ridiculous like that. I killed the 7th rod because it's right there. It's really nice if it's ocean, for example, to not need to pick up the rod. Unfortunately, it's not ocean, so it doesn't really save that much time. But here I scan, and it is 1367 away. So now I'm just out. Boom. I've been learning a lot about overlapping and what I can do. I think I'm now in that mentality where if I'm not overlapping, I feel like something's missing. So I'm really happy that I have learned a lot about overlapping and stuff like that. By the way, this person, I don't know what happened to this person, but they've only just blinded. So I've caught up a lot of time, and I make it to ports pretty quickly. It wasn't the closest thing, but it's fine. I spy her. I accidentally throw my axe into the portal, and that made me freak out for a little bit. Because if I don't end up killing the dragon, then it gets really weird without an axe. So I end up crafting a sword, just in case I don't actually kill the dragon. Here I'm prepping for 0. I know in my head. I also just didn't look at the time. I never look at the time when I play ranked. And it's buried. It's Y54 or like O54. Um, and I overshoot. Boom. That's how I throw this potential sub 11 low 10-minute run. Um, I feel like I should have kept going. I also looked at an Enderman, so that's good. I I feel like I should have kept going because there is a chance in that specific tower that you can still keep going, even if you break the crystal. So I feel like I should have kept going, but I didn't want to risk it. Um, so that's pretty much the biggest vote of the century, for the PB. So now I'm just waiting for a perch, and I have fought pretty badly because of that Enderman who chased me. I didn't really want to go back to the center, but um, here the dragon purchase, and you're gonna see this beautiful one cycle. First bed, okay. Second bed, no damage. Third bed, no damage. Fourth bed, no damage. Fifth bed, like no damage. Sixth bed, some decent damage. And seventh bed. If I did a 4 bed, right, it could have been PB. But instead, it's 1120, so it's not PB. So yeah, that's pretty much the run. If you want to watch the run, it's here 1120. So this was a time when I was also like super low on elo, so I'm really happy that I was able to get a nice run. It really helped my mental during that day. But yeah, anyway, see ya.